Good evening, guys. How are you? What's up, bro? Good evening.
Hey, good evening, bro. What's up? How you
Uh,
been?
Doing pretty well, man. There you go. We are live. Let me make sure that everything is fine with the streaming.
All
Okay,
right.
yeah, we're live. What's up, Cute Up? What's up, Cutie? Yeah,
Let me
Cutie.
tune
Yeah,
it in.
Cutie Mariano. What's up, guys? How are you? Good evening. How have you been? Are you enjoying the markets? So, bro, let me make a summary here quickly about what happened today. So, red day across the board. We were having green day, Mario, until the Philadelphia Fed president Patrick Harkey came out and sent the stock market down. It looks like, Mario, every single time that we are having a green day, a Fed speaker comes
Hmm.
out and sounds very hawkish, and they ruin the party for the Bulls. I mean, right? So we had another red day across the board. Russell 2000 went down 1.24%. The Nasdaq went down 0.61%. Dow Jones went down 0.30%, and the S&P 500 went down 0.80%. The Dixie went down today, not much, only 0.13%, and that's the reason why crude oil went up. So the West Texas Intermediate went up 0.19%. Gold went down a bit, not much, 0.16%. Silver went up 1.29%. And bro, the 10-year Treasury yield is sitting at 4.22%. This is absolutely unbelievable. It went up 2.40% today. So clearly, until the 10-year Treasury yield goes lower, we aren't going to see any important relief rally.
Yeah, this is
Um,
insane. Insane price
mhm,
action in 10-year today. I mean, it was down until like I think early morning sessions. It was like trading lower, but I think after Liz Strauss announced her resignation, it
Yep.
just like took off. UK 30-year gilts went higher,
Mhm.
and our yield markets went higher. They just pushed the bonds down. TLT is absolute wreck right now.
Yeah, 95, right? 95 points, I think, $95.
Yep.
There you go. Do you want to pull up a chart of TNX so we can go over it? Because today
Yeah, sure.
Citi, the bank, put out a report saying that TNX, that the 10-year Treasury yield. Hold on, Mario. I need to maximize you here. And yeah, I cannot see you over here, Mario. There's something wrong, I think.
Now, can you see the
You,
screen?
yeah, but small only. Hold on.
That's fine.
Let me maximize it. Hold view options. Same ratio. No, I don't need to hold. There you go. There you are. So Citi
Right.
put out a report today
Mm-hmm.
saying that the Dixie is going up to 117 points. And this guy with a Gunlang at research or something like that, I don't
Mm-hmm.
remember. Scott Miner is the name of this guy.
Yeah.
He's
Mm-hmm.
saying
I know.
that we might be seeing the 10-year Treasury yield tapping at 4.5%. So that's his estimate. And yeah, as long as the 10-year Treasury yield keeps on going higher, bro, we are still going to see tech-oriented stocks and growth stocks and higher multiple stocks under pressure, obviously, right? So what's your
Correct. Like I
take?
agree.
What's your take on the 10-year Treasury yield? TNX, guys, by the way, ticker symbol TNX.
So, to be honest, I think this can just keep going higher until the Fed pivots. Like that's what's going on. They're just pricing in more aggressive Fed every time like
Mhm.
something happens. We got the unemployment data today, and it was not good, which pushes Fed to raise interest rates even more. So the 10-year went higher. So they're just going to price in more and more aggressive rate hikes from the Fed until Fed actually pivots, which I don't think it's going to happen soon. But I'm pretty sure they're going to break one day, and it's not going to end well for. I mean, in the midterm, we can have some sort of a rally because of that, but at the end, you always know how it's going to turn out. So let's see.
And by the way, Mario, the markets are pricing in as of now the Fed fund rates at 5%, bro. 5% by May
Mhm.
2023. So
Wow.
go figure that, right? So clearly the bond market is sending a very strong message to the Fed, like, hey, bro, you're way behind the curve. And today, the Philadelphia Fed president, this guy Patrick Harkey, said that
Mhm.
there is lack of progress on inflation, and he also said that he expects aggressive rate hikes ahead. So
Hmm.
obviously, no, yeah, no good news for the bulls by any stretch of the imagination. So guys,
Correct.
you need to monitor the 10-year Treasury yield on a daily basis. If you see the 10-year Treasury yield ripping or going higher, you can take trades to the upside with tech-oriented stocks and so forth. But those trades have to be quick trades, in and out,
Hmm.
because until we don't see the 10-year Treasury yield going lower along with the Dixie, the US dollar, every single rally that we could be seeing in the markets is going to be suspicious, obviously.
Hmm.
Hey, by the way, Mario,
Like I do agree.
today we got jobless claims. No good news for the bulls either. So jobless claims, yeah, I mean these guys, I mean, come on, unbelievable.
I
So
mean,
jobless
it's
claims,
it's just funny how we came to a point where all bad news or good news in 2021 to like, oh, yeah, you got a good news? Yeah, no, yeah, fuck off. It's a bad news now.
yeah, because you know that seasonality is supposed to be playing as of now in favor of the bulls, correct? Because from October 15 and on, yeah, in statistical terms, the bulls should be in charge. However,
I
every
mean,
single news that comes out, Mario, is bad news for the bulls. So check this out: jobless claims dropped down to 214,000 new claims, so 12,000 fewer claims than 2 weeks ago. So bad news. Obviously, the job market isn't weakening, which is one of
hmm,
the major objectives of the. So no good news inside so far. And today we also had a very negative close, Mario. I don't know if you want to pull up the SPY because we closed below yesterday's low. So a very I'm not gonna say a very negative close, but it was a poor close. Let's just put it that way.
I
And I
mean,
don't know if you
they
want to.
they did lose the. I mean, as I said, like they did lose the 5-day moving average. They did lose the 20-day moving
Mm-hmm,
average. The place where they held down to as support is the VWAP from the lows of that CPI, which was at around like 340 and change, 347.
mm-hmm.
So the AVWAP from that zone is currently sitting at 355, 354.95. That's where they bounced at today. So that's the support holding on. But today's close is not so good either. So if they break under 364, which will be the one of the lows of June, or they can easily come down to 362. If they break under 362, well, we're looking at 354, I mean 357 to 355 again.
Where would you be buying puts here, Mario? Say
I will be
if
shorting if
what
something
support?
like this
Correct.
happens. I'll be shorting if something like this happens. If they open under 364 tomorrow, came back up to run a test to this area, I'll short it here and then like take it all the way down 355. Like so it depends. That's the plan for now. If I want to short it, if they break the AV VAP or open under the AV VAP, which is around 364, I'd wait for them to go run a test to that area. Or like if I want to be aggressive, I can just set my stops over closing above this area and then just take the short and then like ride it all the way down to like 362 and 360, 357. So these are the three levels to the downside that I'm watching for at the moment.
Gotcha. So that is gonna
But
be
also, we got
mhm,
to keep an eye out for the earnings, which we got today as well. I mean, Snapchat is affecting Google. I mean, big techs like Google and
unbelievable,
Meta, yep,
unbelievable,
which is
unbelievable. A
pushing
20,
down.
a $17 billion stock market cap wise affecting Meta and Google. Unbelievable. So this stock is affecting $2 trillion out of the stock market, having a market cap of $17 billion. This is absolutely unbelievable. I was taking a look at the report, Mario, of Snapchat. By the way, guys,
Mhm.
if you want us to go over any given stock, please drop a comment down below and let us know. I took a look at the report. It wasn't a bad report. They withdrew guidance, which is obviously negative, but they did beat on EPS, and I think that they also beat on revenue. I don't know if you want to, if you can
Nah, I
confirm.
don't think. I don't think they beat on revenue though. They did beat on EPS, but they missed
Okay.
on revenue by 14 million.
Okay.
But since as a company which has been declining like 20% or 40% or 50% on their earnings in the past 3 quarters, if a company comes out and tells, like, investors are already skeptical about the growth moving forward, especially this being a high growth stock. And if a growth company fails to report a guidance on telling us or assuring the investors on what they're expecting leading into the next earnings, people are of course going to expect the worst, and they're going to first sell it and then ask questions later. So I believe that's what happened with the Snapchat,
Yeah.
and it
I
is on a
think.
downtrend. So they were,
Yeah.
I mean, you can clearly see the accumulation phase here.
Yep.
They didn't do
I
anything for
think
the
that
past few months.
they did beat on daily active users, so that's an important metric that they actually um
Yeah, I mean,
beat
it
on. So
it's a what to say, forward-looking market. So they will look for something, what to expect into the next earnings. So if they're not giving out earnings, they're just gonna assume the worst, and then like, yeah, we'll ask questions later, sort of thing.
yeah, the markets didn't like the fact that they withdrew guidance. So that sounds that's the main reason why the stock is down after hours, and
Mhm.
it is affecting in a negative way both Alphabet and Meta.
Alphabet,
So
Meta, Pinterest, everything is down
yeah,
after
everything.
hours.
Pinterest got killed, right? Yeah,
Yeah, they're sitting at around 21. Yeah, look at the scandal. Nice. From $23 all the way down to like 21.
yeah. That was a nice short over there. Absolutely, sure.
Mhm.
So yeah, let's see what happens. We haven't seen futures usually pulling up overnight.
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
what has been happening throughout the last 2 weeks. So we still
Yeah.
need to see what the futures look like tomorrow, like first thing in the morning. But yeah, and as a matter of fact, Snapchat hit today a new 52-week low. I think, right? Yeah, eight
Yeah.
bucks. That's a new 52-week low.
Yeah.
Correct.
Look at
Yeah.
this Pinterest chart, man. It's kind of interesting how no one showed up to buy after 11:45. It's a complete sell fest. They went up until 11:45, and then look at this
Yeah,
consecutive
and
red candles.
yeah, and on top of that, obviously the markets are very concerned about ad revenue. So that's a reason why Google and Meta are down as well. So the markets are starting to, or kind of pricing in a miss on earnings next week for both Meta and Alphabet, because both the stocks are
Mhm.
posting earnings next week.
Yep.
That,
Also, like, if you guys
that's
want
what's
to take
going on here.
trades, if you guys want to take trades on stocks which are gapped down because of Meta sympathy, I mean, sorry, Snapchat sympathy, tomorrow might offer some nice opportunity. Like, Meta has a strong support in 124.81, which they can see them bouncing
Yeah.
off of right now.
I got March calls on Meta. I got March calls. So guilty as charged over here today.
Hmm.
Yeah, a bit before
It's
the
gonna be
closing
tough
bell.
for you tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of extrinsic value. If the stock happens to open since my strike is
Mhm.
$120, Mario.
All
If we
right,
don't have
makes
if
sense.
we don't,
Yeah,
yeah, I am weighing the money.
I
So
I
if we
often
have,
I often
huh?
forget that I'm talking to you.
Yeah, no, I am weighing the money. So what's my
Yeah.
plan? If the stock opens, say below $130 or so, I am going to be selling calls, obviously, right? Which I can do it because I have two calls. They are weighing the money and they expire in March. So I have a plan B here. So let's see what happens.
It might turn out good, to be honest. Like, as long as they're not breaking and making any lows, I guess. I mean, they're
Yep.
still holding on to 124. If they break or open under it tomorrow morning, they can see around like 122 and change. They're
Mhm.
actually pushing up right now. So let's see. Let's see how
Correct.
they open, though. That's the important thing. Like, pens. Oh, that's some decent green candles out there. I don't know what's going on.
Isaac is asking Mario, what are the chances of Apple and Microsoft beating earnings next week? We don't know. We don't really know, Isaac. Microsoft usually beats on earnings, but what I am what I am, let's say, concerned about the most would be commercial guidance. That is going to be the most critical aspect for every single earnings report that comes out um, throughout this new earnings season. And Microsoft is as I just told you, is a stock that usually beats on earnings. Apple, it depends. But I don't know if guidance is going to be upbeat. That might not be the case because
Since when Apple ever gave any guidance for anything?
yeah, correct, because the economy is slowing down, right? And Apple actually announced that they are cutting the production of the smallest iPhone. So I don't
Mhm.
know. Who knows what is going to happen next? What is going to happen next week? Yesterday, Tesla posted acceptable earnings, but obviously the growth story is slowing down a bit, and that's the reason why Tesla got killed today. I made very good money today selling cover calls, like very good money.
Mhm.
But take a look at that chart, Mario. Absolutely broken from a technical standpoint. Clear downtrend below all the moving averages.
At
Can
least they're holding on to that local lows at 204. That's a
yeah,
good
can
thing.
Tesla go lower? Yeah, it can. And mind you, Mario, I
Absolutely.
was curious about the Tesla longs buying the dip. They did
Mhm.
not. Tesla went down today, so no one was buying the dip in an enthusiastic way. Let's just put it that way today. Even though
True.
Tesla was trading today, just split at around $620 or so,
Mhm.
but no one was buying the dip.
Yeah,
You
because
know,
they're
with
expecting 200.
yeah, with enthusiasm. So
Mhm.
and I am also curious about Kathy Wood. Did she buy the dip today? Does Kathy Wood?
She would have. She would have.
Yeah,
We don't
does
know.
Kathy Wood have any buying power left in order to buy any dip? We don't know.
Bro, I have
So
no idea. I mean, like, I just hope like she doesn't get liquidated in the 5 year time frame,
yeah.
whatever she had.
So what would you do in the case of Tesla? And is asking Mario.
What would you do in case of
Mhm.
Tesla? Uh, I would just wait for 203.91 again. If they run a test to it, if they break and start closing candles under, which to let's say 204, we can see 198 by tomorrow. Or if they break above 207, they can run a test to, where is it? Right over here, 211.53 or 215.64 or 214.50 tomorrow morning. So they got to wait and see. I have two numbers in my cards for Tesla. Let me repeat it. First level of importance is 207.98. If they can't break above it, they're going to just chop around between 203.91 to 207. But a $3 move in Tesla, possible they might just do it to kill the premiums into the options expiration tomorrow. If they break under 204, they can get down to the lows, which is at 202, or go all the way to 200 to 198 to the downside.
I have 195 Mario on my watch list for Tesla.
Bro, I have
That's a
180.
previous. Okay, I have 195. That's a previous support.
Mhm.
So
So
yeah, something in that vicinity, Mario. 195, 198.
yeah,
That
I
would be a
agree. Small areas right over there.
yeah.
Like, yeah, I can see why I said 190 is also some major support, but I'm waiting for this gap fill to happen, which is around 188, and I'm waiting for this final 182
Yeah,
or even 180.
that might be a potential buyer zone. 195,
Mostly.
198. There you go. And
Mhm.
obviously,
I
guys,
think that is
and
like
this,
what 540, 520 equivalent, which happened on March, I guess.
what was the? I mean, Tesla's low was hit in June, Mario. Yeah, that was 600 and 620,
No,
six
no,
hundred
no.
fifteen.
No, March of 2021. I remember Tesla going all the way to like 500 zones, like March of
Ah,
2021. Yeah.
yeah, that was $520. That was back in March of
Yep.
2021. We had
Yep.
a little correction in the NDX and the S&P
Yep.
way back then. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, I gotcha. Good. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I sold cover calls, Mario. I a bit before the closing bell, I sold three more cover calls. So if Tesla
hmm
hits 195 bucks,
hmm
I am going to be making good money tomorrow. So I hope for you to be right
Yeah,
with
I
this
mean,
call.
like it has to hit like 195 for you to make money, or like you can just make money as long as it goes down, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean
It's,
that's my that's my idea. So
mhm.
Vader 0872, how about Citigroup? C ticker symbol. Heard might be good for recession hedge. Banks benefit from higher rates, guys. But banks benefit from higher rates if we don't go into a recession. So if we happen to go into a deep recession, banks aren't going to do well because credit is going to decrease substantially in the economy. So no, I wouldn't say that financials are a good hedge in case of a recession at all. The only good hedge and I am quoting, hedge um, for any recession would be consumer staples, basically, or utilities, which are
Or
very boring sectors, right?
I mean, I don't understand. Like, how can an individual stock will be a hedge over over recession when the broader markets are pummeling lower? How can an individual stock outperform the broader markets? Like,
Yeah,
Citigroup belongs to XLF.
yeah, correct.
Financials are going to
Financials,
fall. Yeah,
yeah,
financials going to fall alongside with S&P
yeah,
500
but
if S&P 500 is going to pummel lower.
yeah, something that is worth to be pointed out here, Mario, because this is kind of confusing. So banks benefit from higher rates, obviously, because they lend money. That's very obvious, right? However, they
It's not.
benefit from higher rates if we don't have a recession, guys. If we
I mean,
have a recession, then credit is going to go lower, and that obviously affects the amount of money that the banks are able to lend. So yes, they benefit from higher rates, but they don't benefit from a recession. So yeah, Doug eight
I
seven
mean,
seventy two. Yeah, go ahead, Mario.
banks don't benefit from defaults, so yeah, I agree. I
Yeah,
agree.
that's
That's what
right.
I'm saying. Like, I, I mean, as per Adler's thesis, I don't see benefiting them so far.
Yeah, I know, guys. So as I am telling you, there are three sectors that are defensives. So those are sectors that are supposed to perform in an acceptable way during a recession. I am talking about utilities, consumer staples, and healthcare. And if you guys think about those three sectors, utilities. So you're going to pay you're very everyone is very likely to pay their electricity bill regardless of the general situation of the economy. Think about healthcare. People are still going to pay or are still going to be paying for health insurance regardless of the general situation of the economy. That's a priority, right? And on top of that, we have the government paying for Obamacare and Medicare and so forth. And think about consumer staples. People are still going to be buying Coca-Cola and Pepsi Cola and food, essential food, in case of a recession. So those are three sectors that should perform in an acceptable way during a recession. But other than those three sectors, none other sector is going to perform well during a recession. If you have any questions about that, we can go further um, on the topic. Okay. Okay. We also have over here, yeah, Ikem Belegdu. Banks don't benefit from defaults, though. There you go. So, thoughts on Nvidia, Mario? See this continuing to fall. Hey, by the way, guys, yesterday someone put a lot of money on the table in favor of SMH, Mario. Did you know? So yesterday, $21 million were invested in call options of SMH that expire in December 16 with and these calls have a strike of $205. So someone is putting a lot of money on the table, taking a gamble on the fact that the semiconductors are going to recover at least a bit.
Did
So
they actually sell it or buy the calls?
no, they bought the calls. Yeah, this was a huge bet, Mario. Yeah, $21 million on calls that expired on December 16. This was a huge bet in favor of the semiconductors. So
Hmm.
I don't know. I think that we can make the case, Mario, that the demand for cell phones and personal computers and laptops and and iPads and so forth is weakening.
Hmm.
So I don't really see a case for the semiconductors in order to go higher anytime soon. And mind you, I bought AMD lips, but that lip or lips, I should say, because it has an S, expires in 2025. So that's not a trade. That's some sort of investment, right? But in the short
Hmm.
term, I don't see the semiconductors recovering quickly. But I don't know. Go ahead and take a look at Nvidia. Sure, no problem.
Uh, Nvidia, let me see. Yeah, again,
Yeah.
weakness. They're not doing anything. They're just consolidating for like almost like 3 or 4 weeks right now, not doing anything. So as long as they're holding on to 117, yeah, I don't see what's the problem is with the chart. But Yeah, I'm favoring lower prices until we at least get above or start closing dailies above 133.45,
Yeah, that's
or
a
at
previous
least they got to
resistance.
take. Yep. I mean, I can if they just consolidate for a while, we can see this 50-day moving average come down a bit like this over here, and then just like hang around, stay flat, and then once that happens, if they start closing candles above, come back to run a test, we can see 147 again to fill this gap. Until then, I'm not gonna buy it here. I mean, not at this point at least. If they come down over here and they just consolidate, if you're into those type of trades, you can take it. You can just trade the consolidation zone. You can get in and get out, but not my cup of tea. But it's totally up to the individual.
There you go. So, would you trade it in
No,
any shape or form? No,
nah,
you're
not
just
as I
staying
said.
away from it.
Yeah, not my cup of tea. I wanted above 133.45. I mean, and I wanted above the 50-day moving average. I want the 50-day moving average to flatten out, and I want the stock to be above it, and then come back to run a test to it. I'll take a position over there. Right now it's too choppy for me. It's just like going back and forth into this range. Same with AMD as well, not doing anything. AMD is even more annoying.
Yeah,
They look at this.
it is a stock, Mario, between 55 and $60. I mean, it's
Yep.
like, yeah,
It's just $60 to like 55, as you said. It's just like
it
range
is a stock
bound,
over
and
there. Yeah,
yep, it's just annoying to trade
we
as
can
well.
do we can do an iron counter, Mario, with that spread. That would be wise. The
Oh
60
yeah,
55, absolutely.
possible.
If it keeps on staying within that range, so that would
hmm
be a successful trade. Yeah, sure,
Correct.
absolutely.
So they're just consolidating in a bearish flaggish pattern, and if they just pummel lower, they we can see 52 or 49 in AMD as well.
Yeah. Paul Brucer is asking, oh, this is a tough, this is a tough question, Mario. Is
hmm
Neo there according to the chart? Yes.
Oh, it's new. Yeah,
100% dead.
yes.
And dude, what I am concerned about, you know that I am long Neo, right? And
Yeah.
dude, the Congress of the Chinese Communist Party that
hmm
took place last weekend
hmm
was terrible, bro. So these guys are not even going to keep on posting the GDP report
I
until
mean,
further notice. I mean, how can you invest in a company which main commercial operation takes place in a place in a country, I should say, that does not even post very sensitive economic data? So I am very concerned about my position in NEO, to be honest with you. Like very,
Mhm.
very concerned. So the
Yeah.
opacity that the Chinese government is going to be, let's say, having relative to the macroeconomic data is very concerning, bro. And thanks to
It
the
is.
Chinese Communist Party Congress that took place last weekend, so
hmm
every single Chinese stock has been getting killed, Mario. Baba, JD.com, NIO, so all of them, and
Hmm.
rightfully so, I think. Do you
It
want to
is
pull up
possible.
the chart of NIO? There you go. Today it hit a new 52-week low, I think, or yesterday, I think.
Nah, yesterday, not
There you
today.
go.
It was an inside day today, but it's coming. They're getting there. I mean, I don't understand why people got this shit. Like, why people keep on buying this when it's keep going lower and lower and lower. I saw a lot of people saying buy it at 1643. I saw a lot of people say buy it at 1246. Like, it's just making new lows. Why are you
Well,
holding it? I don't understand.
uh, I have been telling my guys that you cannot buy this stock unless you're thinking 5 or 10 years out. This chart is absolutely broken. We have a lot of uncertainty on the table when it comes to Chinese stocks.
Hmm.
And Xi Jinping just reiterated, Mario, that they are going to keep on, let's say, cracking down on Chinese tech companies. So I don't know. I am very concerned. I really need to reevaluate my long position in NEO. I have been making good money. I have been selling cover calls since NEO hit an all-time high at $62 or something like that. So
hmm
I have made good money out of it. My average cost is at around $12, so I can easily close this position. And if I do it, I am going to be walking away, locking in a profit. But I don't know about the future of Chinese stocks. I don't know, what do you guys think about it, guys? Would you be interested in investing in JD.com or Alibaba or NIO when we know that the Chinese government is not even going to be posting the GDP report uh, every quarter? That's very concerning, guys. For real, I am very but very concerned. So from a technical standpoint, this stock is dead. Period. Full
Yep,
stop.
it
One hundred
is.
percent.
I wouldn't touch it. I mean, if you do you, I guess at the end of the day, like it's not my cup of tea. I wouldn't trade it. Just like how I said to Nvidia, it always remember things can go lower when the trend is to the downside. You
Sellers
saw it
are in
with Baba.
control. Yeah.
Nothing stops it from going to $5. Nothing stops this from going to $3. So you do you, I guess, manage the risk at the end of the day. Like if you have an average of like, let's say even if $12, and if it goes down to five, it's gonna have a nasty blow to the portfolio. So Baba is a
Sure.
good example at the end of the day. Like we thought it's a good buy at 180, we thought it's a good buy at 150, but
160,
again,
140, 120. No, it cannot
yep,
go any lower.
exactly.
100. It cannot go any lower. $80. It cannot go any lower. $60 and so forth. So yeah, I think that Baba is even below its IPO price, Mario, back from 2014, I think.
It's at 71. Let's see.
Yeah, it IPO that. Yeah, take a
Yeah,
look. It is
under.
below. Oh
Mhm.
my goodness, man.
I mean, all-time lows is currently at
Jesus.
$58. So I might take
Yeah,
my chances over there. I might take call options over there, not shares, but call options at $58.
sure. Sure. There you go. Mario, I think that you need to send me another link. And
All right.
yeah, let's wait for the. I'm gonna go over the sectors, and if you guys have any other requests for us, so let us know if you want us to go over any other stock or talk about if you
I'll
guys want us to talk about any other subject.
I'll
Mario is
send you
going to
another
send me
link.
another
Just a
link.
minute.
There you go. And in the meantime, I am going over the sectors, guys. So let me see over here. Let's wait for Mario. Okay. So what is going on or what happened today with the sectors? We had almost every single sector going lower today, except for communication services, which went up 0.24%. I think that this sector is going to take, is very likely to take a hit tomorrow because of Snap's earnings. Energy went up not much, only 0.09%, and technology went up 0.06%. But other than these three sectors, the other sectors closed in negative territory, and the worst performing sector today was a very defensive sector, by the way, utilities went down 2.52%. And I wanted to take a look at the advancers and decliners distribution for you guys. So check this out, guys. Today we had some sort of balance today when it comes to the stocks that went higher and lower. Today we had 3,808 stocks going lower, and we had 2,668 stocks going higher. And let me see if Mario was able to send me the other link. Let me see. So I can bring Mario on once again. No, Mario isn't ready yet. So let me take a look here um at your questions. How I felt about AMD. What's your average cost on AMD? Lina Marie, Dog 8772. I throw puts at Neo. That's good, man. The short is absolutely broken. Yep. Evader 0872, forget Chinese stocks completely. If China goes after Taiwan, besides this way is too risky. Yeah, that's another risk for sure. Um, if China happens to invade Taiwan, guys, oh my God, that is gonna be absolutely catastrophic for the stock markets in general terms. Needless to say, for the Chinese stocks that trade publicly here in the U.S., and needless to say for the semiconductor industry. So the prices that we are seeing as of now on AMD, Nvidia, Qualcomm, and so forth, forget about that, guys. If China happens to invade Taiwan, we are very likely to see even lower prices than the ones that we are seeing as of now, which are, from a long-term perspective, those are compelling prices. Lina Marie, $95. Yeah, yeah. That's not a good price given the current circumstances. Let's just put it that way. In the case of AMD, guys, I bought one leap, one call that expires in 2025, and I have a small loss over there, nothing crazy. Let me show you guys. This is my in this portfolio. I have two long-term positions. So yeah, I got $45 calls, or only one call. I bought a $45 call that expires in January of 2025. And as of now, I have an unrealized loss over here of $125, but this is a leap. So I'm not in a rush here. I am just waiting for time to do its job. I think it will do it. Let me see if Mario is already back. Let me see. There you go. Let's bring Mario on once again. Let's see. Come on, Mario. The meeting host will let you in. There you go. There it is. Okay. What's up, bro? Can you hear
Hey,
me?
what's up, man?
There you
Yep,
go.
yep,
You're
yep.
back. You're back. Okay. So let me put you up here again. Okay. Oh, exactly. Tesla. We already went over Tesla. Nain is asking, and what are you? Geez, they say. Um, yeah, I just bought that AMD Gold. As I just told you guys, it expires in 2025. And yeah, I am a bull of the company. And since in the short term, I don't know what is going to happen. Do you want to pull up? I know we already went over AMD, Mario.
Uh-huh.
So since I don't know what is going to happen in the short term, I just bought a long term anticipated security in the case of AMD. There we go, because we already went over AMD. And let us know, guys, if you want us to go over any other stock, please let us know. Drop a comment down below.
Oh, AMD is looking terrible. What the hell?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Alvaro, what do you think about Ethereum?
Now let's talk about something else, Mario. My cryptos position are getting killed. Absolutely killed, man. So no, let's talk about something else. Forget it.
Nah, hey, I didn't ask
Is
you.
Bitcoin still holding $19,000?
Let's see. I think so. I don't know. I don't see. I don't keep track of crypto. Let me see. Watch list.
Do you guys own
Yep,
any crypto? Let me see.
barely, barely, barely
Alvaro
holding.
on investing on Ethereum. I own crypto, guys. I own Bitcoin. I own Ethereum, but I am just dollar cost averaging every single month. I buy $300, and that's just an investment for the long term. And when I mean long term, guys, I am talking about like 20 years out or something like that. So something is going to happen. I am either going to be buying a house in Naples, Florida, or I am going to be waiting for you guys at any McDonald's drive-through. So we'll see what happens. I will let you guys know what McDonald's I am working at, so you guys can drop by, and I will probably I am going to be making unbelievable
Best.
Big Macs. Yeah, absolutely. So, but this is a long term for me. I am just dollar cost averaging, guys, and I am getting killed on both Ethereum and Bitcoin. So, but I'm not really concerned. As I just told you, this is some sort of retirement plan for me, and this is going to be either a nice house in a golf course in Naples, Florida, or a nice job at a drive-through of McDonald's. We'll see what happens.
No in between.
Um, yeah, what happened to Amazon today? Puts for tomorrow. Doug is asking. Lina Marie is
Amazon was
laughing.
positive today. Interesting.
I, I, I mean, I am being serious. I am being 100% serious, guys. We'll see what happens. I'm a bull. I am a bull. I am a believer. I think that this is a new technology. But guys, with the Federal Reserve in the hiking rates, with inflation going higher and so forth, I know that this is going to take a long time for both Ethereum and Bitcoin in order to be able to come back. I am aware of that. Yeah. All right. So Amazon, what do you think about Amazon, Mario?
Well, as long as 112 is holding, gotta be careful. They did close higher today, which is surprising compared to other big techs. Google and Amazon held up pretty good, and other big techs didn't fall much either. If I want to short something, I would short Netflix. I mean,
Yeah.
it's right under the declining 200 SMA, and you can just keep your stops at around like 280 and change, and you can just go short. Like that's a decent chart to short all the way to like 257 to the downside. So
Yeah. I
if
have
you
I
want
have
to,
I have an unusual option activity for you in the case of Netflix, Mario. $6.1 million on $250 puts that
Mhm.
expire on November 18th. That was yesterday.
Interesting,
So we have
interesting.
they are selling the rip.
Yep.
on Netflix. And take a look. We were talking about that downward slope into 100-day moving average the other day, remember? And it couldn't,
Yep.
and yeah, and the Bulls failed right at it.
hmm
Yeah,
So
correct.
if you want to like buy puts, I mean, this is looking at it
Ah,
right now. It's a
and by
good
the
shot.
way, I was telling the guys, Mario, I was going over the sectors.
hmm
Um, when you created the new link,
hmm
and communication services is very likely to go lower tomorrow, probably, right? Because of the snap situation. So if communication services go down tomorrow, that might put some sort of extra downwards pressure over Netflix. So keep that in mind, guys.
Possible. hmm
It's possible. Yep. Pretty much possible. Absolutely.
So gotta wait and see how it's gonna go. Backholding Ethereum, backholding Bitcoin. Banks are adopting quietly. Or to crypto? I have no idea. All right, bro. Lost connection for a little. Was Apple covered?
No, no, we haven't gone over Apple. Go ahead and yeah.
All right. Yeah, Apple, another terrible close. Not a good close. They couldn't recapture the 20-day moving average. They tried running a test to 145 again. They failed. I mean, as long as they stay under 145, it's going to be tough for Apple. If they break above it, they can run a test to like 150 and change to the upside. But until then, they're just going to chop around. That's what's been happening. And if they start breaking the lows of today, which is at 142.69, Apple can come all the way down to run a test to 140 and change to the downside.
Yeah. Is any of you guys interested in buying any of these tips for the long term? And the reason I'm asking guys is that um so most of these charts, or pretty much all of these charts, are broken from a technical standpoint. So if you want to invest at a long term in any of these stocks, rather than buying 100 shares or 200 shares, you can be buying leaps. As I just told you guys, that's what I did in the case of AMD. A leap is or leaps because it has an S. Is pretty much a call option that expires 1 or 2 or 3 years out. As of now, we already do you know, Mario, that we already have 2025 leaps available? You're looking at 3 years out, man. That's a long-term equity anticipated securities. So
You got to
that's
be
an option,
clear.
guys.
You got to be clear here, Alba. You got to explain your strike price, whatever you got.
Yeah, I got 45, so
Yeah,
I can set up Pullman cover calls. That's another advantage.
yeah, yeah.
So
You
if you,
got to yeah, you got to explain that because like
Mhm.
2025 people will just find like 170 or $180 calls, which is cheaper, and then they'll just go for it.
No,
That's not
no,
the way you play it.
correct. Yeah,
So if you're
yeah,
buying leaps, just like make sure to buy it something in the money. It's
in the
expensive,
money.
but worth it
It is
if
worth
you're
it, Mario,
bullish.
because you can set up Pullman cover calls. So you can
Mhm,
you can be making some money on a weekly basis, while you wait for the option in order to gain intrinsic value.
mhm,
And at the end of the day, I am going to be able to buy. I am going to be able to buy AMD shares at $45 in 2025, and in the meantime, I can make an extra income selling calls. So that's a win-win. And maybe we
mm.
can explain to the guys how to set up a Pullman cover call in another live streaming, Mario. That would be
Yeah,
helpful for
sure.
them, right? Yeah, absolutely. So
Correct.
that's an option, guys,
Mhm.
because oftentimes you guys send me messages. I guess that the same thing happens to you, Mario. And the guys ask, "Hey, should I buy 100 shares of Apple here? Should I buy 100 shares of, I don't know, of Palantir, which is a very cheap stock? Should I buy SoFi? I want to buy. I want to get 300 shares of SoFi over here. Buy a leap if your intention is to invest at a long term instead of putting that capital on the table. You're going to be investing less money, and you are going to be able to sell calls against those leaps. So that's just a trick that I wanted to tell you guys about. So Lina Marie, average cost $127. Wondering if it will fall near there. Oh, and you're asking Mario? Wrong guy to ask.
Uh,
Come on,
about
Mario.
what?
Lina Marie
On
is
what
asking
stock?
if
Nah, on
Apple,
what?
if Apple.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
Of course, Mario's gonna tell you that Apple is heading to $90, Lina Marie. This is the wrong guy to ask that.
I mean, I want to buy it if it hits 90. I can see it going down to like 107,
Oh
106, but let's
man.
say,
Yeah,
I mean,
wrong guy,
yeah,
late in a hurry.
jokes aside, it's a downtrend until it's not. Simple as that. So
Yeah.
if you have an average of like 127 or something, it doesn't matter how long you're holding, just set your stop losses
Mhm.
at least at break even. So if it breaks under, you can buy it back for cheaper price. So
Yeah.
we are in a
And
bear market, so expect the worst. That's all I can say. We are in a downtrend. So Apple is relatively holding up decent compared to the other stock, but
it is down
remember,
15% or something like that, I think. It is
yep,
down, Mario. So it's like,
it is.
yeah,
It's in a downtrend. They will just do some, like, it's comparatively going down slower compared to the other stocks. Like we can just do something like this and then come back down again and do something like this and come back down again and eventually get to that $100. So
yeah.
depends, to be honest. So always expect lower prices when the market is in a downtrend. If you have a decent average or decent cost basis, I would say, like, just
You
like
can put a you
set your
can put a
stop
stop.
losses.
You can put a
Yeah.
stop right over your average cost. And
Mhm.
if the stock happens to hit it, that's it. You're out. And maybe you can re-enter the position at a lower price, obviously. And
Yep.
mind you guys. So we have a bunch of apocalyptic forecasts out there. I just told you, Citigroup says that the Dixie is going up to 117 points. That would be catastrophic for the markets. We had this guy David Einhorn saying today that you have to sell everything. You have to be 100% in cash because lower prices are coming. We also had this other guy, Scott Minerd, saying that the 10-year Treasury yield is going to go up to 4.5% or something like that. So we have a bunch of apocalyptic possible scenarios out there for any, let's say, very negative scenario. In order to play out, Apple is going to have to come down
Yep.
substantially. So you need to be aware of that. So if we happen to see another leg down in the markets, the bears are coming for Apple. Period. Full stop. Because we had two stocks that were kind of holding up the markets. Mario, Tesla. Tesla is like that's it. They crushed Tesla, and now the last man standing is Apple, and
I
it
mean, you
is.
know how it works. First, they crush the small caps, then they go for the
Mhm.
mid caps, then they go for the heavyweights, and then they get for the final boss, which will be Apple.
Correct.
So let's see. It's that's how always it is. If you look at 2000, the dot-com crash, that's how it happens. Not everything crashed all at once. It goes to smaller companies, which went down one after other, and then they went for the throats of the mid caps. I mean, same right now as well. Like they crushed the smaller companies, like, and then they went for, I mean, companies like NIO, Upstart, DraftKings,
Teladoc.
or SPACs,
Yeah. Yeah. Like.
any
Mhm.
SPACs. They went for that first, and then they came for mid caps like PayPal, Square, Roku, and the art companies. They came for that, and then like they came for the semiconductors, Nvidia, AMD, TSM, and now they're hitting heavy on Google, Apple, Microsoft,
and
Nvidia,
even
everything.
and even the defensive sectors, Mario. I was showing the guys how the worst performing sector today was utilities. That was the worst performing sector.
Yep,
And a very defensive sector that got killed today as well. So everything is getting killed today. Apple is off the highs, but Apple could go lower. So obviously, we would suggest to you just placing stop loss over your average cost, and that's it. So you can sleep better. Okay, guys.
exactly. Like, make sure to set your loss. Make sure to manage the risk. Always expect lower numbers, maybe because we are in a bear market. So that's all it
Yeah.
is. So manage the risk.
Yeah, so Cutic was asked, I didn't see this question, Mario. Should we be adding more shares of any of these falling stocks, Meta, Snap, Google? No, because those stocks are in a downtrend. So if you already have a position opened, please do not buy more in a downtrend. Okay, just hold your shares and put a stop loss. Okay, but guys, Mario and I have been telling you this over and over and over again. Please do not add more money to losing positions. Just don't do it. Okay, don't add more shares in a major downtrend. That's a losing strategy, and you're just going to be magnifying a losing position. So don't do it. Okay, just don't do it.
Exactly. Like I don't understand the point. I used to do that when I started out. Like when a company, when a position is losing, just keep on adding average down, average down,
That's
average down. At
unbelievable.
some point, it's gonna jump up, and then like you're gonna make money, right? No, you don't. So
No,
don't
no,
do
that's not the
that.
way it works. That's not the way it works. It's
Exactly.
just adding more money to a losing position. So you're just making a loss. You're just making a loss become greater. So don't do it. Just don't do it. That's an urban legend, guys. It doesn't work out like that. So do not average down on downturns. Please don't do it. That's a losing strategy.
Yeah, it's
So
just I don't understand the goal. I mean,
yeah, I
just
mean
don't do it,
that's
guys. Just like for manage the risk. That's all I can say. Like,
mhm.
don't be an idiot. Simple as that. Yeah.
Don't buy. Yeah, please do not average down on downtrends, guys. That's it. Period. Full stop. So
Yeah.
yeah, let's wrap it up here, guys. Thank you very much for joining us today. And remember, we are going live for you guys every single Thursday at around 4:40, 4:50 p.m. And on Mondays, I am going live without Mario, but I am going live in order to go over stocks and answer questions and so forth. So thank you very much, guys. I think that tomorrow is going to be a very volatile training session, Mario. It is very likely to be a roller coaster.
It
So
is.
yeah, manage your risk and don't gamble, guys, please. So the earnings season just kicked off.
I'm absolutely. I was so fucking pissed today because an asshole just tagged me and text me saying that, oh, you said like if Tesla goes down under 208, my position is done. I was like, what are you on about? Like it didn't make a
um,
new low. And I was like, "Oh, I held on to it and I made profit. Yeah, you let your contract go down 80%, and now it's
no,
like
come on.
20%. I was like, what are you on about? I
No,
was
I
like,
mean,
yeah.
yeah, try to avoid gambling on earnings, guys. That's the right thing to do. That's a losing strategy, and most people lose more money gambling on earnings than the people that make money gambling
It's a
on
coin
earnings.
toss,
So,
man. Like it's
so
just
don't do it.
absolute
Just don't
coin
do it.
toss. Like it's not
Yeah,
worth it. Like
yeah,
I'm not gonna tell anyone anymore. And like it's like you do you at the end of the day. That's it.
yeah.
Just like because how many people, like even in your own server, how many people they have seen blown up their own accounts by trading earnings?
Yeah,
So simple as that.
yeah, don't do it. Okay, because next week is going to be a big earnings week. We are going to have Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Meta posting earnings. So just avoid gambling, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, and
Take
see you
care.
guys. Yeah, see you guys on Discord and live once again on Monday. Take care. Bye, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye.
Bye bye.